This is Meri at the Meri Atelier or however you pronounce that wonderful word that means workshop or studio. I still can't pronounce it, but I love that word. Good morning. Good morning. I thought I'd show my face, show you what I look like at 4:30 in the morning. Well, I'm getting over a bit of a cold, and I'm feeling much, much better, and I want to thank you all for your well wishes and your get well soons. It really has meant a lot to me. I have my glasses on, which has glare. I got twinkle in my eyes, but I have to have them or I can't see what I'm doing. So, good morning. I see some chat coming in. Hi. I can't read it because I have to rotate my device. So, yeah, well, you all wanted to see behind me. Um, hmm. I sort of, well, yeah. Here's my paint rack, and let's see. Uh, let me flip the screen here. You'll see in front of me for a minute. I have to figure out where it's at. Here. Oh, there. This is a shelf over in the corner that I have things in that I can't really reach while I'm streaming because I have my card here in the way. And this is my wonderful desk that I keep throwing things over. And you can tell I clean it off and then I load it up. If you go behind me, I still have that wonderful white room screen. And I've got lavender bundles from last year hanging up there. I pulled some off, but I think I'm going to take some of those out and put them in my nature caboodle that I'm working on. And pretty soon I'll have new fresh ones from this year. So behind me are still my bookcases. I'm not showing you the floor. The floor is all stacked up because my little closet room over that way, I'm cleaning it out. I'm cleaning out that secret room. And I did talk to my brother about the books, and he said he didn't care. You can see this is a older picture of my little grandniece, and I think that's my nephew and his wife, and there they all together. These are older pictures, been up here for quite a while. And there's some over there. These were in here when I took possession of the room. So if you come down, here's my stack of paper. All these are extra papers. But the problem is, I have all of this stuff in the way. I can't get to my bookcases. But I'm working on these right here. These are the nature caboodles right here. This is Johnny's, that's Keisha's. Well, I think this is Keisha's most recent caboodle. And then this is that little sewing box, little sewing machine box. It's got little tiny small books in there. And then I've got books stacked over here. Behind this is another cart. So for those of you who wanted to see my face and wanted to see behind me, like I keep saying, so I usually throw stuff down here. This is right behind my chair, right in here. And as I'm streaming, I just put things down here. And I have a hard time walking out of the room. I have to hop over things. But this will all be cleaned out in here. My sewing machine is way back in there, and I want to get to it. That's another story. So I still have work to do, but I'm comfortable in here. So this morning, what I thought I'd do, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. For those of you that are coming in, I wanted a front porch journal. I actually sat out on the front porch yesterday. And so I took Becky's suggestion and put all my journals in progress. I was going to put all smaller ones in there, and there are all small ones in there, but I also see I have some journals in a basket here, and then that goes off over down there. But I got it out to get out a front porch journal. I started a new front porch journal. I haven't been doing much writing on the front porch. But let me come up here. And I thought maybe I'd just go through some of these, go through some old journals this morning. I've been doing a lot of craft alongs, art alongs with other people, working in caboodles, working along with Becky, doing this and doing that. And I've been ignoring me. Let me zoom out. Is that as far out as it'll go? Come on, Meri. Oh, you know what, though? My basket is way up to the top here. Hold on. All right. So, and I still have some books that I saved out from my mom's. I'm starting to take those upstairs. So pretty soon I'll have that little closet cleaned out, and then I'll start putting boxes back in there. And I have them all labeled and numbered, and I'm so proud of myself. But we're going to go through some of these older art journals. Let me get Penelope off here. And let me get to my channel on my tablet so that I can welcome you guys in. Good morning. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. It's already August 3rd. Can you guys believe summer's almost over with? No. No. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me skip ads. Go to live chat over here. Set my quality. Advanced. 720. 720 is as high as these phones will go. So let's say good morning to folks that come in. Hi, Arlene. Good morning. Hi, Jill. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Arlene. Hi, Brenda. There's Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. You guys are such an encouragement to me. I've been reading through some of my older comments that I haven't responded to yet, and some of them are just so very encouraging. And let me say thank you for that. Thank you for the encouragement that you guys leave me. I so appreciate it. Excuse me. I do have coffee with me this morning. I have a little bit of stuffiness left in my throat, but not too much. I'm feeling much, much better. Ah, that tastes good. I'm trying to teach myself to drink my coffee black. I mean, when half and half reaches $4 for, what, 16 ounces? No, well, it's not 8. Yeah, I guess it is 16 ounces. What is it, a half quart? You know, one of those narrow containers. $4, no more. I'll drink my coffee black. I'll take that little extra money that you guys want from me and buy me some nice coffee. I'm thinking about getting a coffee grinder and grinding my own coffee beans. But black is good too. Black coffee. So good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. So let me zoom in. Let me just grab a couple journals here. And I'm just going to grab as they are in the book. And I'm just going to go through some of my old, maybe I can get inspired from some of my older art here. I don't know which way this opens. I think maybe this way. Penelope, I'm going to put you over here. And let's just look at a few things. Oh, I see this buckles. Buckles like this. Like that. Like this. I guess maybe that's the, oh, is this the one that I did weird? Yeah, it's weird. But, ooh, okay, let me move these. Ooh, I'm going to have a crafter lunch over here. Hold a minute. I've got my hands on, I only dropped the one thing, I don't know what it was. Hold on. Hold the phone. I stacked too much up over here. What's keeping that? What's in there? Oh, I see. I've got that. I've got to move that big round tray off of this cart because I can't get anything else on it. All right, I think it's safe for now. This tall book, this was in my mother's books, and I think this is something that I can alter because the spine's coming off of it, and this was masking tape anyway, of nursery tales. And it's already got all these wonderful illustrations in it. So wouldn't it be neat to leave these pages, or maybe splatter some watercolor on them or something, but use them as interest pages out of a journal? We'll see. Future project. This one is an organ, new methods. This one is an organ book, Hints to People. And it is really old. That it's fallen apart too. So we're just going to set them up there. I want to look at some of my older art journals, and maybe I can get inspired to start doing more of my own art. I have some ideas I want to work on. Not that I'm going to quit doing the nature caboodle and things like that. I love my caboodles. But I want to get back to doing my own stuff. So obviously this was a fall. Autumn of 2021. So this was last fall. Autumn of 2021 starts on September the 22nd. We met a little gnome girl in our Phibbsville story. Her name is Rose Lindsay Tinkerbell, which is Penelope Rose. Inktober of 2021, I am sketching gnomes. I don't think I got that done. Just like the butterfly, I too will awaken in my own time. And this came out of a field notes book that I got from Shelley, Crafting Mamas. These butterflies, I cut them out, made me a pattern. Something like that. Oh, and there's Herschel. Here's my Herschel paper doll. And you guys, I got a brainstorm this morning. Hi, what is it? How do you pronounce your name? Stadana? Good morning. Welcome. And I will never be able to pronounce your name. I'm going to call you Dana. Stadana? Hi, Brenda D. Excuse me, I still have a scratch in my throat. I still have a little scratch in my throat. I was going to tell you, I have a brainstorm. Usually in the month of July, folks start doing Christmas in July and start thinking about what they want to do for their December daily. Some of them who do December daily every year start December dailies in July, start putting it together and, making embellishments and things like that so that they're all ready to put it together when December comes. But, I'm working on that Santa Claus doll. And I think that my December daily this year, I'm going to do paper dolls. I do think I'm going to do paper dolls. I could do an elf paper doll. I could do, of course, Santa Claus, but I could do Santa Claus both as an old-fashioned Santa and as a, excuse me, as a more modern Thomas Nash Santa. And, there's just a whole, you could do Charles Dickens, you could paper doll, the Scrooge. You could do paper dolls. So I think I'm going to do paper dolls. And of course, I'll have a journal, but I'm going to have paper dolls for my December daily this year. So I'm going to start by making a list. Excuse me. But Herschel reminded me this. He lost his gas hose here. I made a gas hose out of a paintbrush. And I have this ice cream cone someplace. Herschel, I call him Herschel because Herschel Goins was he was also a school bus driver, but he also helped his parents run our gas station in the small town where I grew up at. And, you know, my brother and I were just toddlers almost. Well, maybe a little bit older than that. But when my mom would go get gas in the car, he'd always come out with chocolate ice cream cones for us. Herschel Goins. Prompt game. Looks like a time for art. Looks like another prompt game. Some quotes. Looks like a scissors tag here. Oh, it's held in by... See, I need to get back to my own art. I enjoy it, so I need to get back. I've almost ignored my entire art journal this year. I need to get back to it. Let's just flip instead of reminisce. Here's from Junk Journal Johnny, her wonderful... I like how she does up her tags. And by the way, she's having a sale today. She's going to sell things from Janine from Canada. Beautiful art. It's a, well, I'll let you tell it. I think it's at 2 p.m. Eastern if you're interested. Junk Journal Shop. Johnny at Junk Journal Shop. Here was a page that I did on a book cover, it looks like. Transparent. This is just a pocket page. There's a project list, some newspaper stuff. Oh, there's a house. I'm not sure what that house was representing. It's not my house because it's got a fireplace. We don't have a fireplace. Here's Keisha's. And I just paid for her last auction haul, so I should be getting that in the mail pretty soon. I have a card here from Judy. I think that's Judy Patton. Beautiful art. Here's a calendar page that I made a pocket out of, and I just have things in here. I'm not going to dwell too much on. There's my owls. And there's where I was planning my mother's paper doll. I like the one, how it ended up. I think this was a Shannon Green painty paper. She was selling painty papers. Excuse me. And I bought a box from her, and I just can't mess this up. This is beautiful art in itself. And more painty paper, more Shannon Green. This looks like a postcard from Dana Coleman, not Dana. Danny Coleman. I'm sorry, Danny Coleman. I call her Dana because I wasn't reading that right. Here's a page that I made. Our hearts are in England. Oh, this was just this was to honor Janet Nash and her technique of sewing stamps on, I put mine on a thread. But this is honoring Janet Nash in England. And I just watched her most recent video. I have some clusters, some bobby pin clusters. Here's some Janet Nash prompts, some more Shannon Green pages. Just art that you can't mess up. Shannon Green. This was a prompt page that I did. Excuse me. I guess I'm going to have to run in there and get my cough drop. Brenda! Oh, Brenda, thank you. That's so sweet. Aw. Thank you so much. You guys just encourage me so much. Thank you so much. Aw. May your art cart be blessed. You know what Lisa Conway does? She does a happy dance. Happy dance, happy dance. Only I can't happy dance like she does. But thank you so much. I appreciate the encouragement. Here there's some young boys fishing off of the wharf there. A little girl in the bathtub. Quote of the day says, I believe that daydreams, you know, with your eyes wide open and your brain machinery whizzing, are likely to lead to the betterment of the world. And that's by L. Frank Baum, B-A-U-M. And this says, I'm happiest when I'm with you. And here's where I was doing my African stencil. I can see I put some journal tangles in here, dangles. This is just ephemera folded over a string. I really do like how this turned out. These are the stencils here, and these were the sketches that I did. And there's more on this side here. Like that. So that was fun to do. I never did do the African caboodle. I got involved in doing the stencil, and by the time I got that done, Rosemary was on to something else. This is another, I don't know if this is Shannon Green or not. I might have to go in the other room and get a cough drop. And some blank pages. My little gnome that I did out of that foam stamp. It's a foam stamp where I think this is where I was learning how to use those. Hi, Angie. Welcome, Angie. Good to see you. Another painty paper. Painty papers. Here's my little gnome stencil that I did. There's the sketch, and here's the stencil. I was playing, I think, with that. I think this stencil came from Johnny. I'm not sure what I was doing with it. Here's some Shannon Green architect blueprint paper she sent. I'm not sure what I was doing there. I'm not even sure that's my art. That might have come from somebody else. Painty paper. Alrighty. Meri. There's a gold playing card. Some words. Some Bible verses. All right. And happy crafting. And looks like some could almost use this in my nature journal, but we'll leave it in there for now. So there we go. This came from Arlene. Do you recognize your envelope here? Do you recognize it? Arlene, 2021. I used her envelope to study this fabric. Wrap around. It's so cute. Yeah, it looks like they're making a necklace there. And look at this, is gold. She remembered the gold. The gold ribbon. So this was autumn of 2021. I got to get back to doing these type of journals. This is August. I could start, but I won't start today. Maybe I'll start tomorrow. Now, I think I put this on here to hold this. It's kind of backwards. There we go. So how cool is that? Now, let me have another sip of coffee and look at chat. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool, Arlene's envelope art? I owe Arlene so much big time stuff. Yes, Arlene sends me 20 things and I make things for her, and it's here, Arlene. All right, let's go to the next one, which is another big one. This is another older one that I had out. I think this was one I did in February. See, I love these big old journals. You know, I was doing about one a month. Look at that tassel. Look at that. And then This was a postcard, and I decided that, well, I've saved the back of it in there, but I decided I could cut it up because it was, and I think I ripped her head off when I was trying to glue it on, and I glued her back together. Isn't this cool? I think that Janice Glines, this came from, not the postcard, but the fabric. Janice Glines gifted me all this white linen in here. Postcard is mine, and this text, I think, is mine. But the rest of this came from Janice Glines. All of this white, the buttons, the applique, the lace, all came from Janice Glines. Thank you, Janice. And this obviously is a sewing, where I took one of those county register. I get them at the local quilting store. It's all a quilt shop, but I love all the, like, look at those spools of thread. Aren't they cool? Guess I'm going to have to move my coffee again here. Oh, and I was playing with foiling. And these are the leftover foil pieces. I got to get out my foil pins again and play with those. I get so inspired by what everybody else is doing, I forget to do my own stuff. Here are these old men. I love these old men. And I love this one because he's just sitting there having a good old time. He's giggling and laughing. The other ones are just not quite too sure what it's all about. This is a foil stencil from a stencil. And here he is. I made a zine, I think, of these older guys. And this was an ATC that was gifted to me by Angela Snyder. Thank you, Angela. And this scene came off of this photograph. And this guy is this guy with his overalls. Yeah. This one came off of this one. It doesn't look like I finished him. I'm not sure this one. I think this one turned out to look too much like a female to me. I wasn't happy with that one. I'm still not happy with it. This guy with the hat is obviously this guy. This one with the top hat is this guy. This one probably belongs to this guy. This one with his hands. This one, I like how they cross his hands. This guy says, I'll cross my hands, but what's going on over there? He's looking way off over that way. And then this guy with the hat here belongs there. So fun. And then I've got a bobby pin embellishment there. Bobby pin closure, flag on a bobby pin. Hobby Lobby fabric. I bought something for $14.98. I think this is when Ami gifted me a cigar box, and inside of it was a journal. I've got it down over that way. A journal that Shannon made. And it says, Meri, your auction winnings were gifted to you by an anonymous friend. And here's I like to keep, when I get happy mail, I like to keep the gift receipt. So if you send me happy mail, send a gift receipt so I didn't note who this was. Here's one from Keisha. This book was gifted to you by Meri too. She thought of you because of the scissors on the pages. Meri too sent me a needlework magazine that has an article all about scissors. Happy mail from May, crafting on a budget. Here, Meri happy mail from Arlene. And here's just another one of those magazine pages. Here's another. Oh, this was an art card. Dee Dee was challenging us to do art cards. And I pulled all of these things out of a Dick Blick magazine. Like here's a little armature a little, you know, a little doll armature. I made into a statue, a little house, a little, looks like a little elf there. And here's a pencil fence. These are all paintbrush trees. A little pond, which was a splash of paint, little fish. And here's all the color chart and the numbers and the, I called it a fantasy garden. Pattern tissue washi tape made with double-sided carpet tape. That was Rosemary inspired. Bibbsville Day dedications. Oh, I missed them both. We have two special holidays in, and this is Fibbsville, but now it's Fibdiggity. But on August 2nd, which was yesterday, was Annie V Day, the 215th day of the year. August 2nd, Annie V Day. Annie V, oh, bless her heart. Annie V was downsizing her studio, and she started sending me boxes of things, just wonderful things, and I'm still using from them. I'll never get it all used. But I know Annie V through Dee Dee Willingham, and she's an artist. Let me tell you, she's an artist. She just started sending me things, and I really appreciate it. She does not come to the live chats, but she watches videos. And then I have another special day in Fibdiggity, and that's Arlene on April 17th, the 108th day of the year. Arlene, we've got two special holidays in Fibdiggity. And my goal is to keep adding to that list. And here's just, I was playing with sprays. I'm sure this was probably a Fourth Art Saturday. I don't even know what the theme was. But here it all is. Time for art. It was in April of 2021. Our challenge to you was paper cutting. Looks like I cut a face. So cutting different things out of paper. I'm going to put this back in here. I don't want to take it all out. I'll have trouble getting it all back in. There's more over here. Here's a card from Becky. Yeah. Let me catch up with chat here. Jill is here. Arlie and Kimberly. Good morning to everybody who's come in. Designs and do-overs. Good morning to you. This is the first time I've seen you in here, so you're new to us. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you join us. If you're still out there, I don't see what time you came in because I got my tablet over here set on dark mode, but welcome, welcome. Is Rhonda in here? Good morning, Rhonda. Rhonda and Arlene and Kimberly, Jill, Brenda D. And Brenda D, thank you for that super chat. So encouraging. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Christine. Kristen? Is that your name, Kristen? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rhonda says, Kimberly, I read your text as love all the Hobby Lobby pins holding things in. Life is sweet. I still have a bit of this notepad left. Looked like there was an idea inspired by Battenberg. Do some kind of dress, draw, then stitch. Oh, I think that's a mandala. Do a mandala, draw it out first, and then stitch it on. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. I do a small project first. That's probably a pretty good idea. You see, I was playing with those paper cutouts. Glow, 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 glow. I'm sure I did this with my fine liner because I can feel the texture on it. Life is sweet. Excuse me for the coughing. Here's another card by Nettie. Happy Easter from Nettie. And another card over here from Ruth. Thank you, Ruth. This, I think, was probably sent to me by Ruth. Oh, this is lovely Malia. Malia did this. I'm sorry. So I like to keep Happy Mail in here as I get it. Life is sweet. Idea. See, I draw these light bulbs. I have a stamp, but it's just easier for me to draw one on the quick than hunt up a stamp and stamp it. I should get a pad like this because I got several of these pads. Make a stamp and then just go through my paper pad and stamp. You know what? Let's write that down in my new Society of Idea Collector. Let's start this. Society of Idea Collector. Let's put... because this is kind of what I want, to get ideas. Now, I had 2 ideas this morning. This is August 3rd. August 3rd, 2022. And I'm just going to draw a light bulb here for one idea. And my idea was for the 2022 December daily. What I want to do is do a journal of holiday, and holiday in this case will be Christmas. I'm going to put Christmas paper dolls. And I might work on putting the journal together first. And then I'm going to draw a little light bulb over here. And I'm going to do a list of Christmas paper dolls. So that's one idea that I got just this morning. I noticed Herschel, excuse me, in that other journal of Christmas paper dolls. We'll do that maybe Friday night. All right, then my other idea for this morning was to take a blank notepad and stamp light bulbs on each page. Keep it to put idea to, well, I got put write ideas for my hashtag Society of Idea Collectors Journal. So there's 2 ideas that I got just this morning. All right, we'll come back to that later. I want to do the cover on that journal too. Excuse me for a minute. Let me get a sip of coffee. Let's look at chat. Annie. She says, sweet Annie. Kristen. Good morning, Kristen. Kristen is Designs and Do-Overs. Kristen, do you have a channel? Let me go check out here. Go to channel. Let's give Kristen a big shout out. She's got 496 subscribers. Let's get her on her way. Good morning, Kristen. I'm going to subscribe to your channel, hit the ring the bell, all designs and do-overs. Let's go to her about. I always go to the about first. Description, designs and do-overs, Kristen Henning. A place to share my finds, art, and redone items. I love the treasure hunt. Oh, I do too. I love the treasure hunt. I have to make I'm kind of self-isolating for a couple weeks. I think I just have a really bad cold, but just to be safe, I'm not going any place for a couple weeks. I'm just going to stay at home. But I so much want to go thrifting. But I'm going to clean up my room. But Kristen says, I love the treasure hunt. Boy, I do too. It could be for anything from vintage figures to an awesome piece of jewelry. Being a reseller helps enable my shopping desires. Oh, I can't resell anything. First of all, I can't let go of it. Once I got it, it's in my hands. It's staying there. Well, except for art that I make, but that's a whole nother story. We're not going there. But the other reason why I don't resell or sell or take commissions or do any art selling is you guys never get it. I have learned not to make promises, not to say I'm going to do something and then never follow through. That is a horrible thing, and I am guilty, guilty, guilty. But Kristen says, I love redoing furniture or fix broken things to keep them out of the dump, but also to give it a new life. Oh, I just love that statement. You can order from me at ordersfordesignsanddoovers@gmail.com. You can find me at www.designsanddoovers.com or www.kristenhenningsart.com. Designs and Do-Overs are on Instagram and eBay. Single and looking for my match. A group on Facebook to find matches to single earrings. Oh, that's interesting. Is Facebook groups, and then she gives the groups, Designs and Do-Overs on Facebook. How cool. No channels. She's got several playlists, videos. Her last video was a pop-up, new crystals and skull beads. Oh, bead boutique sale, Christmas in July sale. Come to our Christmas in July sale, weekly art and variety auction. So you do a lot of sales on your channel. Watercolor painting, live pop-up. Ooh, now there we go. That's talking my language. Live haul. So you do some live streams. Good for you, Kristen. Weekly bead boutique sale. Very cool. Let's go home. So very cool. I love your banner. You have your face right there. And then you got shorts too, don't you? Good for you. That's something I'm going to be doing is some shorts. All right, Kristen. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to get to know you. Uh-oh. Let's get you all plugged back in here. And let me get back down to the bottom of the chat here. Oh, you don't know how to do that listed channels? You have to go into your manage your page, and then you can, there's an option there where you just add the channels. Go there and grab their link and put it in there. It's pretty easy, but you just have to find the place to do it. It's right when you go to your page and sign in as yourself. There's an option up at the top below your banner and everything that says manage channel, and it'll give you in that manage channel, when you click on that, it'll give you a place where you just add the URLs to whatever channels you want to add there. I don't think I have that many myself. I picked like Dee Dee, and I think I have Aunt Beck, Tanya, and Lisa, Beth Schuler, those people that I go to a lot. I put there. I should have Barb Owens there. I'm not sure I do. I need to go review my own channel. I need a channel makeover. Okay. If you are reading this, I've moved on journal. Oh. A list of art, needlework context, Important info in my reading. If you are reading this, that's an interesting, I'm not sure what I meant there. Here's a fabric, some fabric pieces. Oh, this is out of we were doing some bag art that I think I did get it done, but I didn't stitch it. I hot glued the bag together. We painted on fabric with Aunt Beck's group. And these are just pieces that are left. And here's a butterfly stamp. Here's this is from Angela Snyder, some happy mail from Angela Snyder. Can I get it open? Oh. Happy mail from Angela Snyder. Thank you, Angela. Little pieces in here. I should start using this stuff, but you can't do it all at once. I just like to put it in my journal, and I'll come back and ooh and ah over it. So this all goes in the pocket. I like these pockets. This was done, we got those round stencils. Becky got us onto those, and I was doing round stencils here. We think it's pretty cool to be an enthusiast in life. Getting excited about things we like is a great way to live. What are the things that make you go absolutely giddy? What makes you giddy? Going thrifting, finding treasures for a bargain. That does make me giddy. I just love finding a bargain. You know, you come home and, well, you know, I've been getting giddy about the secret room and finding all these books that my mother found when she was thrifting. That's making me pretty giddy. Let's see. Art journaling makes me giddy. A new technique or an art experiment. I love art experiments. I love to try new things. My flowers in bloom. My flowers, they make me giddy. Yeah, there are so many. Arlene says, I love when Meri flips through her old journals. I get to remember the sweet people that were in the stream. Yeah, you know, people come and go, and that's to be expected. I like to remember people too. Angela, well, I just showed her envelope here. She's still around. I see her every now and then. She'll pop in, or she'll leave a comment on one of my videos. I'm going to leave that out. Rust colors. Oh, I think this was a pick 12, a baker's dozen, April 16th. And this is these are the prompts. This is the pick 12. I don't know if that was done with Becky or what, but here I was. I don't think this is a napkin. I think somebody stamped on and sent to me. Maybe Paint Girly, auction stamps from Paint Girly. Oh, I stamped those. I got these stamps from Paint Girly. I gotta hunt these out. I love that stamp. Paint Girly Lori, she's still here. That's just part of the, I take this magazine, this County Register magazine, and it's all about quilting, and there's some beading, some articles, recipes, you know, different things in there, and I'll use them as interest pages in my journals. Here I was doing a doodle, and I made a pocket out of one of those Ziploc bags. This looks like something that Becky sent me with, if I can get him in there, one of Barb Owen's watercolor stickers, and some mandalas, some little mini mandalas. Becky loves mandalas. Barb Owens does mandalas, and I don't know if that's Becky or not. This is from Barb Owens. This is from Barb. I thought it was from Becky. Oh, this is from Barb. Oh, look at her paste paper. Oh, and she sent me a sticker. I did, you know, you get this happy mail and you put it away and you forget. Meri, April 22nd, 2021. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Oh, she sent me this, and I have it. You might have seen it when I showed my back of my room this morning. She sent me this Battenberg tablecloth. And she said I could cut it up and share it with you guys, but I'm too selfish. I'm not going to cut up. It's a beautiful, beautiful, I did a doodle off of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful Battenberg tablecloth. And she sent it to me. She got a whole box of tablecloths from somebody that was moving out of country. And she saved those, but she said, oh, this one has stains on it. Cut it up. I'm going, no, I'll take the stains and everything. Look, she made this flower doll here. Barb Owen. I hope you have a lot of fun with this tablecloth. Feel free to use it, share it, or get rid of it. No strings attached. And I love it. I see it every day when I come in here. Barb Owen, thank you so much. Barb recently lost her husband. I think I'm going to put this behind. Clausman. But she's doing good. She's doing very good. I missed her stream if she streamed on Friday because I wasn't feeling so good. But there's the back of my doodle, and this is just part of that county register. Here's a gold where I was just playing with something or other. Here's some playing with collage here. I think this was probably a Pic 10 tools page. I was using different tools out of here. This was a Harbor Freight ad in the background. 2 bits wins a date. Got these 2 boxing and these 2 boxing, and looks like a pretty comb in the background or something. Here's another. Oh, this came from Ann Lar. Ann Lar said, I painted this hummingbird and I need to send that off to Cheryl. I painted this envelope with a hummingbird for Cheryl and I never got it sent off. And Ann was telling me, why did you just print them out? Print them out. And she said, I'll print it out. Send me a picture and I'll print one out for you. And she did, and she made this wonderful card. And I still haven't sent out the envelope because I want to do prints. But this all, Ann did I'd show you the front, but it's got addresses on it. She made a wonderful collage envelope. Ann Laura, thank you so much. Isn't that neat to get this kind of happy mail? Daffodil stamp. See, I need to get back to doing these journals. Here's a Hello Spring. This was in April of last year. Here's a pocket page that doesn't have anything in it. This was a pattern page. Spring is in the air. I want it in my wardrobe. And another pocket page I did out of stencil paper. Stencil. Here's where I was using some Tim Holtz. The last letter, using doily, using stencil background. I think this is all done with permanent ink. Here I was playing, this was foiling. You can't tell, I don't think, but this is blue foil, heat reactive foil, and I did this stencil onto something or other. I don't know what I did it on, but this is the negative of it. And same over here, just saving the bits of foil if I ever want to use them again. And here's a foiled wreath that I did. I think I just drew that. Oh no, I copied it from this. I used my foiling pen and copied this. You put this over that, and then you take your foiling pen and outline. Put the foil in between. Hot foil pen. More foiling, playing with foiling. Here's some, I was just playing with scribbles. More foil. Saved the foil pieces in here. I don't know why. I'll probably never use it again, but More happy mail. Friendship from Nettie. And this is my own postcard here. It's an old one. How are you? I am going to school. I wish you a happy birthday, a happy Easter. And I wish I wish you a happy birthday for you. I wish a happy birthday for you from Mildred. And I love it because of that. It's got a torn piece on there. This is from Nettie. This is from Nina. Nina made this, an ATC. Isn't this beautiful? I don't think there's another one in there. From Nettie and Nina. I don't want to ruin that. Let's that like that. Let's put this postcard up here. Now, over there. Here's an Easter card from Nina. Hugs, Mary, she says. Isn't that beautiful how she did that? And she probably sent this ATC with it. A happy Easter card. Here's some more foiling. I was playing with a pink foil here. And I love this so much, this photograph. I'd love to sketch this. Who's there? Little girl on her phone talking with her dollies. My late husband, Steve, found this photo in a box he bought at a garage sale 10 years ago. It was in the seller's attic. If you recognize this adorable girl, contact. This came out of the Reminiscing magazine. I don't recognize her, but I love her. This was just a piece of, I think this was dresser liner. I like to save these articles. I'm still saving these articles. Take a challenging project one step at a time. She writes in our local paper. I love her. I hope she, County Register magazine. I hope she keeps writing. If she doesn't, somebody else should. This is that County Register magazine. I pick it up at our local quilt store. And then I just lined this journal with this dresser paper. And this, as I've said, was all made with a gift from Janice Glines, except for the postcard here. But all this other stuff came from Janice. I think I put my own text fabric here. And I think this even came in the package from Janice. Isn't that beautiful? All right, I've gone through 2 journals. I've got a whole box of them. There's Mina. Good morning, Mina. Did I say good morning to you? Okay, my next journal, let me pull it out here, is a December daily journal. It's a Christmas one, and I made it out of a shopping bag. Made it out of a shopping bag. And it's pretty stiff. And, of course, this is scrapbook paper here. And this, Stephanie at Deliberately Creative. Let me pull this out. It looks like it's stuck in there. Hold on. She published this book of ornaments, and she sold these on Amazon. Deliberately Creative, Stephanie at Deliberately Creative. And I started doing these. I think I tore it out, the one I started. But they're ornaments that you can color and remove them and use them. And I had to get one because it was by Stephanie. Page 1, day 1. And this was the first snow day in 2020. So that's 2 years ago. This is page 2. And this was outside of our window. These are the curtains here. First snow day was October 20th. That's 2, page 3 here. I don't have a 3 on there. This is page 4, and it's just Christmas. Page 5 is a tree made out of tape measure. Becky likes to make these trees. She'll do them on cards. I was playing with a white pen around the edging. Let me move this up a little. I think this is the one, this is the journal I was making when I set my desk on fire. I think it was right here. This is an elf roll I did on the fly with Beth Schuler, 12/5/2020. An elf roll. What she does is she have different heads of elves, different bodies, different feet, and she'll roll her dice, and then you pick which. The dice determines which head or which nose you use. Here's some tag art. A little shaker card. And it actually shakes. Ha! Little sweater sticker. What page am I on? Page 8. And I think this is the page my grandniece painted this owl. And I was putting this tissue in. And I had a real candle over here, and I flopped the tissue on here, and of course it got onto the real flame, and it set my desk on fire online. You guys remember that? Gather around the table. This is just interest pages, reverse collage in here. Autumn in our backyard. I did a painting of the back of our house here, and the wheel, and pumpkins. We don't have pumpkins, but I had to put autumn. We have a lot of blackbirds, if that counts. Autumn's coming up again. December 13th, 2020. This is the interactive nutcracker page. Oh, I made a nutcracker. Oh, yeah, here. See, he talks. Blah, blah, blah. Merry Christmas. Can you see him talking there? Merry Christmas. I should do more of those nutcrackers, and he's waving here. I did that in a Friday live at the Meri Atelier on December 13th. This was page 10. Beautiful gifts. These are just interest pages. See, if I take find a book, a Christmas book, I've got all sorts of Christmas books, and use the book as my journal, and I'm going to do paper dolls for my December daily. I'm going to get that out and start on that. Choose my book, maybe put some journaling pages in, maybe hunt out some cards, or even make cards. Get ready for Christmas. These are just interest pages here. Here's some fabric. I had gotten it at Hobby Lobby once, and I just made a fabric page here. Happy holidays. Looks like a card here from the most wonderful time of the year. Jane, from Jane Literate. Am I pronouncing that correct? Probably not. I saw her in, was it Johnny's stream? Meri, thank you for your streams and hops. You are an inspiration. Best wishes, 2021 from Jane. Thank you, Jane. Good to see your little angel here. Happy holidays. And I get into a lot of cards here. This one is from, isn't that cute? Oh, some postage stamps. I use them. From Sherry Van. Aw, Sherry, thank you. And then, you know, I just have, this was actually a list here, a notepad here. Joy, this was from our local hospital, but they do this in the paper. And this is kind of one of their symbols, these intertwined hearts. They made joy. Nutcracker napkin. Santa, I want a dolly for Christmas. This is a Tim Holtz photo. This is a embossed Santa down here. I'm sure I got that from somebody. Some more cards, Christmas cards. I'm not going to go through them all because it just takes more time, but these are all Christmas cards that were sent to me. Another interest page. This was a magazine, and I reverse collaged it, and then I used it as my December daily. Here was where I was painting Hobby Lobby nutcrackers. I did a lady in a... You go to Hobby Lobby around Christmas, you'll see how they take these shelves, and that's nothing but nutcrackers. It's so inspiring to see them. Farmhouse table. Maybe this was a farmhouse magazine. Casseroles. These are just interest pages. Subscription to the farmhouse movement. The magazine. I don't even know if they're publishing anymore. I got it free at our local library. But it was a Christmas issue. This, I know, came from Kathy Whitney. I did these horses, but she did this ornament. We traded ornaments. I attached it down up here. She did it on felt. Very pretty. And here's her card. She says, wishing you a joyous holiday season, Meri. Here's the cookie cutter ornaments for the swap organized by Becky. I'm sorry for the late mailing. It's been a tough year. I hope your year is better now in 2022. 2020 was a bad year. You know, that's when the COVID hit and everything. She said, but here's to a great 2021 for us all. Thanks for all you do. And can you believe it's going to be 2023 next year? I'm on page 14. More interest pages here. More Christmas cards. This one is from Ella. Ella is a scrapbooker, Ella Connor. More cards here. I'm not going to open them all. We'd be here all day. This is a jelly print that I did. I have this truck, wooden trucks that I use as a stamp. This one's from Dee Dee. Christmas card from Dee Dee. There's that truck again on notebook paper. What's this? Another card. I'm not going to get it out because I can't just flip it open. Looks like this is the ornament that came out of Stephanie's. I did one, and I cut it out, and I put it here. It's upside down. Can I get it out? I think it's stuck to my bobby pin there. Yeah, let's put it this way. There. I should do more of those. I did that with metallic pens. And more interest pages. We get into sticky buns and baking, and I could not disturb these pages. And looks like I painted on aluminum foil here, splatter stuff. Wool ball versus dryer sheets. More Christmas cards from Gail Donofrio. She comes in every now and then, Gail does. And this card, I know this card is from Barbara Clark. I'm not going to open it because I got a bobby pin there. More cards, more cards. This one is from Danny Coleman. This is from Dana Yates. Thank you, guys. Boy, it's sure fun to look at them, isn't it? This is a beautiful card, Peace on Earth, from Norma Branson. Norma, I miss Branson so much. She's there. She's still my friend. She just hopped off social media for a while. I love this house. I'd love to live in this house. See, it's mostly one story, but it's got that big, long front porch. I was going to write, this was December 4th. Here I did Christmas cookies page. And current events for 2020. This was the forecast. It was in the 50s. It was in the 50s on December 21st. I love these little family circus cartoons. The little girl is saying, "Oh, come let us ignore him." Instead of adore him, it's, "Oh, come let us ignore him." This is the Goodfellows listing. And what else here? Oh, the sharing of Christmas there. Victorian. Isn't this cool? And then this is the last page. 1 year, 6 issues, only $24.99. So that was my December daily from 2020. My 2021 is behind me, but we're not going to go through that because I'm only going through the ones in my box. So we've gone through 3 in what? 2 hours? 1 hour, a little over an hour. Let's see what else I got in there. Got lots of journals in there. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to put them back after. Let's see. Let's pull out another big one. Some of these I don't have much in. Let's pull out 2 of them here. I just have stencil blanks here that I'm going to cut for stencils. We'll put that behind me. This is things I'm saving for a journal. Oh, this was my house scene. And looks like I got it all upside down. This was a mailer envelope. Let's turn it this way. Oh, this came from Ann Lar, mother's brother. January 26th of 2020. It's a Sunday. I was doing a Genesis Bible study. This is some art stuff that I cut out the artist stuff, but I couldn't throw away the text. And this looks like a collage, a down and dirty collage on a back of an envelope. Some more of these art things. So I've been saving pages to make another journal, another junk journal. That's all this is. Pattern papers, magazine. I'm not going to go through it all. Ooh, pretty dishes. So that's what that is. And then this is just a Victorian revival book cover. I think I did fussy cuts out of this. This would make a nice writing board. Johnny is selling these masonite writing boards, but this would make a nice one. Yeah, a journal cover. I'll put it behind me. Let's see what else I have in here. Couple more. This was the beginning of a Happy Mail. Arlene likes the Happy Mail journals. This was the beginning of a Happy Mail journal that I was doing, and it got so fat I just took the pages out of the book, and I'll bind them later. I was watching Tanya for a little bit yesterday, and she was on yesterday afternoon, and she was telling how her postcard journals had so much thickness in some of them that she actually put spacers between the pages. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do with this Happy Mail envelope. I mean, journal. Because this is just a teeny bit of Happy Mail. Teeny bit. Let's start from the back. Wishing you a haunting night. I think this came from either Shannon or... Who did this come from? All of these. Let's see. This came from... This is just a card. This is an art card. This, I don't know who sent me this stuff. I was thinking it was Shannon, not Shannon, Sharon Lombard. Or it could have been Danny Coleman. This is the inside of a napkin. It's either Danny Coleman, Sharon Lombard, or Kathy Whitney. I can't remember. Sent me this. Happy Mail here from a tag from Lucia McGill. These things came from Lucia. I'm sure she sent me other stuff too. Oh, that's not Happy Mail. This came from Dee Dee Willingham. I covered up the addresses. Oh, she sent me this rooster. She sent me a rooster. That's what this was. I actually have, I think Dee Dee stopped doing this. It gets pretty expensive. I don't know if she still sends out art for, I know she sends out Happy Mail, but she used to thank people who would gift her channel with photographs of her art. And this is the rooster. Somebody sent me that lovely owl. I'm not sure who. Let's see. Happy crafting. Meri. I hope you can use some of this stuff. The green lacy fabric. I think this is from Arlene. I think this is from Arlene. At least this page is, because she talks about the green lacy being from a top. I'm not going to pull it all out. This is an Arlene page. Arlene, do you remember this? The owls. And do you remember doing that beautiful envelope? Oh, and this green knit fabric came from a top. I'm pretty sure this came from Arlene. And this is just part of the book I was using. Artist. Oh, this came from Jackie. More Jackie from Greece. These were stamps from her envelope. She used to come in. This was 2018. She used to come in a lot. Crocheted hairpin lace. Beth Schuler. Happy Mail from Beth Schuler. Looks like she sent some. I was doing Art Deco at one time. She sent me some Art Deco things. And I was using a needlework book to put all this in. Oh, I couldn't cut this book page up. Who did this come from? I don't know. Did I document it? I don't know who sent me some of this stuff. This came from Beth Schuler, more Art Deco. This might have come from Beth Schuler too. I don't know who sent me this. I got a whole stack of Happy Mail to journal. These are from Lynn Wright in California. She used to sell on the Defy auction. She'd sell ephemera, envelopes of ephemera. Then it got too much for her, and so she stopped doing it. Too much to put all that together every month. This came from Rhonda with the scoreboard. I think Rhonda sent me this card too, I think. Rhonda, are you still here? Rhonda sent me this painter. Is that Renoir or Monet? And let me put this back. Rhonda gifted me a scoreboard on March 6th of 2020. Rhonda Jenkins plus scoreboard. She sent me this beautiful card. Hello. Beautiful card. Wishing you a day full of sunshine. God bless Rhonda Jenkins. Rhonda, Rhonda, Rhonda. She's still here. I didn't throw it away, Rhonda. I've got to put all of these in a journal. Don't ask me who sent me this. This looks like it might have come from Nana Mo. No, Janet Nash. Looked English. Janet Nash, March 6th, sent me this stained glass. Isn't that cool? And this ATC that I have I'm not going to try to pull them out. Let's just say that came from Janet. This one's mine. A Rhonda card here. Needlecraft magazine. And this came from, I think this is more Happy Mail from Crystal K. Crystal. Pretty, kind of a bag, plastic bag type pocket there. So let's put this back together. Oh, we're getting there. One more. I think this is a journal I made that's empty. This was made out of wallpaper and one of my nesting dolls. I don't think this one opens up. If it opens up, it doesn't anymore. Some of these I glued together. Does it open up? Oh yeah, it opens up, but there's nothing inside of it. I put her on top, a nesting doll. Oh, and I was doing those. This was November of 2020. See, I was doing journals every month. I got out of doing that. This was my Christmas dangle stamp. I should carve some more stamps. This was scissors dangles. This was a test of walnut ink. Walnut ink test. This one was with cornstarch, and that one was no cornstarch. It's a little bit thicker if you add. You don't let your cornstarch get really thick. You make kind of a real juicy wash out of it, but it'll thicken your ink. I'm going to make more ink this year, I believe. There's already walnuts falling off of our tree. Here's my little house zine. Prompts. Matryoshka doll decoration instructions. Blank page. Here's some ATCs I was doing right in the journal. I need to start doing those more too. Some dance ones, romantic. Just this came from a Dirty Dozen that I was doing with Becky. It's a watercolor page. Mailer envelope. Back of a mailer envelope. These were stamps. Foam stamps, homemade foam stamps, scissors, light bulb. That was a brain. Another brain. Daffodils. My daffodil stamp. I thought this was empty, but it isn't. It just looks empty. This is the bird stamp that I carved, the doves. I carved that for Meri too. The dove is not my design. I got that out of a calligraphy book, but the stamp I carved for her. This was a list. Make a list. I'm not sure what we were, make it fun. I think this was all with Dee Dee inspired here. Ways to design and decorate paper. Beth Schuler sent me these, and I was giving her trouble because she sent me naked people. And she said, well, I wanted to send you that, and those are on the inside. She wanted to send me these and this, and inside was the naked people. Here's some doodling I was doing. I played those doodle games. Boy, I need to get back to doing that too. Here was a painting I did on brown paper of a girl looking at dolls in the winter for Christmas, wishing for a doll at Christmas. This was supposed to be my 100 eyes I was going to do with Lori, Paint Girly. I think I got to 8 of them and quit. Foxes. I still have a fox I want to send to Rhonda. And this is, see, I haven't changed these fox eyes in here yet. The eyes should be more round. And I was going back and painting out these eyes and making them more like foxes instead of human eyes. I didn't do that on those. This was off of a wood stamp that Meri 2 sent me. I think I got better ones of those in here. Just painted papers in here. This is dictionary paper. Just painted paper here. Pretty. Welcome. That was a bad start of a rabbit, I think. Painted paper. Oh, here's that cockatoo cardinal. I still have that envelope. I redid this cardinal. But this was, I was painting an envelope for Terry Lutz, L-U-T-Z. And this is how it turned out. I was going, that bird is a giant cardinal. It just gives me the creeps even looking at it. I painted another one. I never got it sent to her. It's over on my cart. And the other one is much smaller. This one just gives me the creeps every time I look at it. And here I was getting into December. Looks like I did some, I just put this in here. This was an iris that I did in May. I put little Penelope down there when she still had her white feathered boa. And here's that stamp again from Meri 2. And this is one of the first Picasso rolls that I did with Beth Schuler. And I was sitting at the couch and she was doing the Picasso roll. You guys know that when you do a Picasso roll, you have a sheet. Beth has the sheet and she throws the dice, and if it goes to the head, then you have like 6 examples of a head, and you pick the whichever one the dice rolls on, and you do the head and, you know, the ear, and you do the, it's called a Picasso roll. And I picked, all I had to do, I was sitting out at my recliner, and all I had was a history book. And this is George Washington in the background, but I did my Picasso roll over George Washington, and he's peeking up out there out of the, I think that's hair or something up there. And here's another one I did, which is really kind of creepy. This is the nose. This one's creepy. I think I'm getting to the end here. Just painty paper. So there you go. That one I actually did fill up. That one was done. And these are just a few of my journals. I think those are all the big ones. What else do I have in here? I think this is one I think that was sent to me. I was going to, oh, who sent me this stuff? This could have been, oh, this was, this I think I got at Keisha's. It's a postcard. It's for postcards. It's a traveler's notebook. I bought it at Keisha's auction. I bought all of this from Keisha. I bought these beautiful photographs. Ooh, I'm going to keep these out. Somebody was selling these. I had to have them. I'm going to keep them out. Paper dolls. Uh-oh, what happened to her other foot? Oh, it's back here. It's behind her. I'm going to put both feet behind her because I don't want her to rip off. She's an ambulated doll. Here's another photo. This was a giveaway. I won the giveaway. This came, Meet Amelia, movable paper doll blank card. Made in the USA. Anja Kronick ink. But this was for sale, I think, probably at Keisha's auction. There's a postcard to match it. I think all of this came in here. Somebody was selling this. Sample paper for testing your pens. It's a traveler's notebook. And it has a postcard on the front. And this is the closure here. Obviously, I never worked in it. Here's a glue book that I need to finish. Made out of, I got this idea from watching Shelley at Crafting Mamas. And where is Shelley? Where is Shelley these days? Somebody tell me. Hi, Dolly Face Diva. I'm all involved in my journals here. Let me look at chat. Hi, Janet Nash. You love that game. You know, I still have Picasso Worlds out on my drive. We do one this morning, but it's getting kind of late. I'm only going until 7:30. We might have time for one. But, you know, I kind of got out of doing the games. I have some other things I want to do. But anyway, welcome, Janet. I was watching your Lavender Fields video. If you guys haven't watched Janet Nash, she started to do these process videos. And I really enjoy watching those, Janet. Keep that up. And the other thing I've noticed is Tanya is doing these shorts. And so is Jamie. They're inspiring me to do some shorts. Hi, Junk Journal. Journal Jewelry by Judy. I can't even talk. Good morning, Judy. Welcome, welcome. Kimberly's here. Janet Nash, Jill, Dolly Face Diva, Rhonda. Good morning, everybody. Arlene says I'll be back. Kimberly, Rhonda. Oh, I'm missing you guys. Arlene, Janet. Jane. I'm talking about Jane Litterick. She's doing some video. I noticed she was testing to go live, so that'll be neat if Jane does beautiful art. Nina's here. She says, loves tea, works great internally. Janet Nash. I'm going to see if I missed anybody coming in. Beth Schuler. Oh, Beth was here. I missed her. She says, I need to go lay back down. Still too early for her in the morning. Hug and loves to all around the room. I'll send her I popped into one of her streams. You guys, I got to get back into watching streams. I kind of got out of with the yard work. I think the spring just really took me back. And let me tell you, the last time I mowed the lawn, it was a job. Oh, it was a job. But after I get all that done, I got to get out and water the garden today. Our garden's getting pretty dry. I'm not sure what's happening with that garden. We did get some tomatoes finally. I need to go out and see if I got any more cherry tomatoes. We got cucumbers. Our zucchini, we got some zucchini out of it, but the other 3 of our plants just died. One of our squash plants has died. I've still got one zucchini plant. If I go out and look at it, I think the heat got to some of it. Our sweet corn should be getting ready here pretty soon. Let's see, who else did I miss? I stopped at Beth. Angie, Mina, Arlene, Kimberly, Designs and Do-Overs, Kristen. I think I've seen all of those. Let me go down to the bottom. Mina was here. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is something I do want to finish, though, this journal. But see, I put them in that basket, and then I put my basket over there. And there they sit. Let me see what else is in here. I'm about to the bottom of this, to the back of it. This is a junk journal that I did out of an old book called, this is a book I bought at a book sale. This was not my mother's. A Daughter of the Land. Snapdragon. And there's an insect there. But see what I did, I might have ripped some pages out for art, but then I just started tearing the margins out of the books that were left, the pages that were left in the book. And of course, it's not finished, but look at all those torn pages. And then I just started using it as a junk journal. It says, it's not rocket science. If you think it looks good, it looks good. And a little journal, junk journal jewelry here. And little pieces. I think this was transparent piece here. And this was sent to me She's quite possibly the best judge of all of us. A little dog. See, I want to finish this stuff. I need to finish it. A couple more in here. Let's see, what is this? This was a Christmas one I did. And I think I sent one of these away. But I never worked in it. This was when I was doing the jam journals, a journal month. You know, I could get back to doing this. And this is when I very first started doing tassels, when I did the journal a month. I should get back to doing the jam journals. I call them jam journals. They're called jam for journal a month. I never worked in that one, but I love the cover. This was off of a Dirty Dozen. Probably did that with Becky. Here's another book I got at a book sale, Freckles. And I just use this. I tear out pages from this to use. I just use the old text pages. No pictures in here. I'll eventually make a junk journal out of this. I just saved this book for the old text. Put that behind me. These are just a few of what I have. Here's a faces. I was going to do the faces in 2021. I was going to do them on this long, narrow. I only got a couple of them done. Faces game 2020. I only did a couple. And, oh, there's a few more. Hold on. Here are those composition books that we cut in half. I think I actually started working in this one. Let's save this out. I cut these in half in one of our streams, but I never really got working in it. Did the clothespin stamp and did the cover. Did a couple pages here. Skipped a page. Did a page. Skipped a page. And did a page. I'm going to keep this one out. This one is for another. I could write in that one. Maybe I'll keep them both out. Here's the, this one needs to stay out. This is the Art Nouveau caboodle. Is the other part of it here? I don't think so. I've got more smaller journals here someplace. This is the Art Nouveau one I did with Rosemary Morris. These are, I actually dyed these papers from my avocado dyeing. This Rosemary sent, this paper I had this in my stash. And it did different Art Nouveau pages here. This page, I think I've redone this page 20 times. I never was happy with it. I didn't like this area in here. I think I'm pretty happy with it now, but I kept redoing this page. Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau. Some of these avocado pages, why I leave them blank, is that I can't stand the art on them. They're too pretty to art on. And I want a bird. This is a statue in South Dakota called Dignity. And this tells all about it. But I need to put a bird here. I want a bird on that. Isn't that beautiful? Art, avocado dyeing. I need to get back to doing that. I need to save that out. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, this journal, I call my keys journal. This is just a part of it. Do I have the rest of it in here? No. No. I made these little tags which are sticking together. I guess I need to wax them. That's what happens. They're not too bad though. This is just this is what's left over. I have the rest of this over on that cart. These are keys. I die cut all these different keys out. And hinges and keys and locks. And I have all these negative pages, and I started putting papers behind it. And what I want to do, I guess it goes this way. What I want to do is sew fabric on the edges, and that's what slowed me down, is I don't have the sewing machine out. But I want to sew edges on here before I bind it, and then I'm going to put tags on behind them. These are just the leftover pages of the journal that I have over there and my to-do pile. So there's that one. Here's a canvas journal that I made. And I have another canvas journal that I need to send to Sue Hennessy. She won it, and I never sent it to her. And this is canvas paper here. Canvas paper that you can actually paint on. And this is a canvas, just plain canvas. Unpainted canvas. And this is canvas paper. And this is just a piece of white cotton that I could stitch on, that I could practice my quilting on. Let's hold that out. I was looking for a piece of cotton. Let's hold that out. Another piece I don't have done, another journal. And then I think I'm down to the bottom, except for there's this one. I think this was this a gift? Paper bag journal? Is that a gift? I think this was a gift. I'm not sure. Because it's got dried leaves in it. I don't know if that came from Rosemary. This might have come from Rosemary Morris. One of my purchases from her. I think this came from Rosemary Morris. She's got dried leaves in there. I think. I'm not sure where I got that from. And then I just have a blank journal. So that, I must have another box, because I didn't even show you my small journals. I have a whole stack of smaller journals. So let me put this basket behind me, and then after my stream, I'll load this basket back up and put it back on the shelf so I can get it out of my way. Hold on, let me get this. I got it between my chair and the cart. Let me put it behind. I'll have to jump over all those journals when I want to get out. Hope I don't have to go to the bathroom fast. But I did save these out. I think I'll write in this one. Yes, I do. I think I'll write in this one. Maybe I'll do some little sketching in the borders. And this one, I want to continue. Maybe I'll have to hunt out some of my fussy cuts and do some collaging and some artwork in this one. And I'm saving out my photos here to draw from, all my inspiration photos. So these are more to-dos. My to-do pile. Tall book, my mother's stuff here, inspiring me, yelling at me. Meri, you'll never get it all done. What else? Oh, what prompted me to do all of this, going through old, and that's just one bucket of old journals. Yeah, you guys, I've been streaming since 2016. I've been on YouTube since June of 2013. That's why I have all of this. And there's more up in Wisconsin. There's more. I have artworks packed away in Wisconsin. What got me into that basket of journals was this one. I needed a front porch journal. And I had made this one just out of, don't throw your scrap paper away. See, look at this, is just painted paper. I made it my cover, and all of this is scratch paper, envelopes. I was looking, printing an A there. See, it's just scrappy paper. Here's an old junk journal envelope. But see, there's plenty of places to write. And I saved some collages. And the reason I want to show it to you now is, well, yesterday when I didn't stream yesterday, after the sun came out, I went out and sat on the front porch. And I wrote in here 5 pages yesterday morning. We're going to come back to these. But I started here on August 2nd. But look, this is dated August 1st, 2021. And this sat around for a whole year until August 2nd. And I was out on the front porch yesterday writing. And Barb Owens goes to the coffee shop to do her writing. Meri Abrams goes out on the front porch. And I wrote 5 pages, and I ended it up, it says, I'm halfway done with the paper, the morning paper. I took the morning paper out there to read. My phone is untouched. I took my phone out to the front porch with me. I took a cup of tea, and I said, I'm halfway done with the paper. My phone is untouched. My tea is half gone. But look, I have written 5 pages in my new front porch journal, and I'm going to try to finish writing and going out on the front porch through until it gets too cold to go out there. Maybe I can fill this one up. But what I liked about this, look, this is the little bear stamp that I recarved for Mina. I haven't got it sent to her, but I think I'm going to recarve that. I'm not quite, I love that she's sitting in a chair. She's holding a heart. It says heart you know, heart, and then that's a U in there. But I'm not quite happy with the little bear. I think I'm going to redesign that stamp and actually send it to Mina. But I had collaged in here. See, I started collaging in here, and I yesterday when I was journaling, I go, how fun it is to have these pages collaged on, and then to write around them. Like I wrote all around this little doggy here, and then still have blank pages. See, and the interest pages in here. And so it's kind of fun to have those. And I had, well, I tucked them in here, some fussy cut images in here someplace that I tucked in here. Did I put them way at the back? Yeah. See, I want to go back and take a glue stick and put in some of these fussy cuts. I want to get back to fussy cutting too, and using my fussy cuts. But I wanted to share some things that have been shared with me in one of my streams. This is by Janice Glines on August the 1st of 2021. It says, if Meri had lots of cash, she'd have an even bigger stash until it came down on her in a crash. Then she would smash and bash and stash and start all over. Janice Glines. And this one is written by Mary Kay's Artful Journey. Meri Kay had lots of cash and stoked up her existing stash, building her ephemera and embellishments, which continued to grow. But what happened after that, nobody knows. Meri Kay's Artful Journey. So I enjoyed journaling in this one yesterday. And I'm just going to tuck this under. It's easier just to tuck it under. And this journal is the one where I started learning how to, after I bind it, because this was just a thread binding in there, just a pamphlet stitch. And then I take a strip of fabric and I wrap all around that thread, and it makes this really cute, rough journal binding there. Fabric journal binding. I really like that. Here's one of my tassels. So I'm going to keep that out. All right. Let me look at chat. Brenda A says, Mina, if Stella just ate the berries, it would be fine. She was chewing off of branches and hiding to strip berries off. She saw her with branch and followed her. She'd eat tomatoes and if she could get to them. Stella must be a cat or a dog. Amber, hi Amber. And there's Gail. Hi Gail. Gail Donofrio. We mentioned your name earlier. I think you sent me a happy mail. Sent me, I think, some postage stamps with it that I didn't use. Was that yours? Yeah, that was your bear stamp. I'm going to recarve that stamp, Nina. I'm not quite happy with it. I'm not happy enough to send it to you. That may be one reason why you never got it. And the one that I sent to you, we know it. That thing never made it to Mina. That poor little bear got eaten up either got stolen or eaten. Sometimes I think, well, I shouldn't say because I don't know. But let's see, what else? Let's go on. Gail says, good morning, Meri. Good morning, friends. It's a long time since I've been here. She's been drinking coffee and watching Meri. Oh, thank you, Gail. Speaking of coffee, mine's getting cold. I'm trying to drink my coffee black now. When half and half reaches $4 for a half quart, I guess, forget it. I'll drink it black. Save my $4 for more coffee. Buy me a coffee grinder. I've been wanting a coffee grinder. They aren't that expensive. Save up five or six half and halves, and I could get me a coffee grinder. Amber says, Arlene, what tea do you usually drink? Arlene says, hi, Gail. I don't think, Arlene, what kind of tea do you usually drink? We need to know. Oh, there's Carol, the magical touch. Hi, Carol. Good morning to Carol. Janet said, it's time for me to rest a while. I'll catch you later. Well, she's probably gone now, but thanks for popping in and saying good morning, Janet Nash. Mina says, is laughing at Brenda. She says, when I was really small, our Mastiff, which is a dog, Mastiff, would eat all of the mission figs from the lowest branches of our tree. And during peach season, he would case the peach trees too. Peaches. I want to tell my brother that I think the Colorado peaches are in town. I would like to try to get what do they call them? A lug of them? A lug or a lug, L-U-G. And there's, last year I think they cost $45 for, and, there's a lot more peaches than we can eat in one setting, or two settings, or three settings. But I'd love to try to can some or freeze them. So I'm going to ask my brother if we can't go up there and get some peaches. I'll call and see if they have a fruit stand there that I saw an ad in the paper. Arlene says, Mina, it's Celestial Seasonings. Oh, that's the tea. She likes to drink Celestial Seasonings tea. I don't normally drink store-bought tea, but it's a treat when I need it. Mina says, I haven't tried Bengal Spice yet, Arlene. Oh, I have some of that. I'm not too much into spicy teas. This is coffee, but I like my peach tea. I like peppermint tea. I really like most green teas. And when I'm feeling like I need a shot of caffeine, I like Earl Grey, but that always stains my coffee cup. And by the way, if you want to know, if you have a really stain, this one is going to need another treatment pretty soon. This is one of my favorite coffee mugs. I think I got it at the Dollar General store. Could have got it at Dollar Tree. But when your coffee cup gets all stained and everything, and this one will because it's white, just take about a 1/4 cup of Clorox and add it into hot water, put your Clorox in there and put in hot water and just let it set, and it'll clean your stains out. Wash it real good afterwards, but it'll clean the stains out of your coffee mugs. I will do my brother's every now and then, but his is one of those hard plastic ones, and it is so stained, it gets what it can off, but I think those stains have become part of the plastic now. I get on to my brother about so much stuff. I don't know how he puts up with me. Arlene says, Mina, last night I had bingo spice tea. It soothed my bad attitude. Aw, Arlene, can anybody here picture Arlene with a bad attitude? I just cannot, it just doesn't enter my brain that Arlene would have a bad attitude. Amber popped in, Carol's here or was here. I'm just going back in chat, seeing who I missed. Brenda said, I have 3 volunteer pumpkin vines and 2 great tomato plants in pots on the porch. I've given up on the garden. Man, I'll tell you, I worked hard in the garden and we got green beans, I can't complain. But it wasn't as fruitful as what I anticipated. The peas didn't do. I got a few peas off of a couple plants. That I don't know if it's just a bad year. I'll probably try it again. Our cucumbers are doing nice. I think we're going to get some more tomatoes. But you fight those old weeds, and it got so hot in July, and it's still hot here in August. You just can't give up. You can't give up. I think I'm going to try to get out there and plant some red beans. You can still plant in August. What you do is you watch your first frost date. And I think for zone 5, ours is either October 4th or October 6th. And then you look at your seeds and you see how many days you have to maturity. And then you probably add a few days because, they have to germinate. And if you're lucky, you'll have a late frost date. But usually beans and beets and kale. I should try some kale, spinach. All of those can be planted yet. I tried to get some zucchini, but more zucchini seed. Let me tell you, advice for next year, if you want to replant zucchini in the middle of the summer, make sure you get enough seed in the spring, because last time I looked for seed, which was a couple weeks ago, it wasn't to be found. No zucchini plants seed even to be found. Bunching onions. I'm going to try some bunching. I need to get out there, and our weeds have not taken over yet because it's been so hot, but I need to get out there and weed the garden and water it. All right, Carol was here. Dolly Face, I think I'm caught up with chat. If I miss saying good morning to you, it's not on purpose. There's Paula. Hi, Paula. Loves art. Welcome, welcome. Arlene says, from time to time, someone will push me into a bad attitude. Uh-oh, it's probably Meri. Arlene, don't let them do that to you. I have found that even people that I think are my best friends on YouTube are not necessarily my best friends. Now, that's said with a grain of salt, because I still love these people. They're still friends, but sometimes there's just little differences that will rub me the wrong way, rub them the wrong way. And when that happens, it's the time to step back. I do believe in approaching those people privately and, you know, trying to confront them nicely, as nice as you can, and, you know, try to work it out. But if you can't work it out, just sit back a little, because, you know, I'm not perfect. I've had my share of internet quarrels, and I try to keep specifics out of the streams. I try to keep specific names out of the streams. You probably all have figured out different people that I've had conflicts with, and that's what they are, conflicts. We need conflict resolution. And the best thing I can say, if you're one of those people that I've had a conflict with, know that I still love you. I still think about you. You're in my thoughts. You're in my prayers. I certainly don't hate anybody. And I would never wish anything bad off on anybody for whatever reason. But sometimes we just can't agree because we think differently. And if we all thought alike, we wouldn't like each other. We learn, that's how we learn from each other. Meri's off on her soapbox. Let me jump off. Let's look at the Becky box. I put this on with glossy accent. This is all I'm going to do to this box. This is washi tape. Let me get that idea journal out. Let's put this washi tape. Let's take this off and see how this is going to work. Hopefully the washi tape will come off. Yeah. And let's just, I doubt that it'll stick, but maybe I can spray or something over it and pull it off and re-glue it down. Let's just do it on different pages, because I might want to write on these pages. This is my new Society of Idea Collector journal. Let me move the candle. Move this up a little. There. We're going to see how this ribbon's going to stay on. I think it will. Wow, this washi tape decided it wanted to stay on here. I might have scratched that a little with my fingernail. I might come in and spray across a couple of these so I can write in there. Let's see, I think I already wrote here on the fly page. I wrote on the fly page. Oh, well, so be it. Excuse me, I'm still fighting the remnants of my cold. But I'm feeling good this morning. 5 days of rain in a row, Brenda says. The yard is swampy, but greening up. Are you in Kentucky or Tennessee or one of those southern states that are getting hit with that flooding? How are you doing, Arlene? Is Arlene still here? How are you doing with the flooding? Are you affected by that? I know it's hit Kentucky pretty hard. Is it hit Tennessee? All that flooding that's going on in that area? You know, it's really, weather is not very thoughtful, is it? It out west and in Colorado and even western Nebraska, they're fighting wildfires, and in Kentucky and Tennessee and some of those southern states, they're fighting floods. And we're kind of in between here. We've gotten some rain that I've been grateful for, but all that hot weather, I think we'll get more hot weather, but then it's going to cool off, I think, next week. All right. So I'll come back in and play with that later. Let's look at the Becky box. It opens this way. It opens this way. It's got that little, I should put maybe paint that just red so I know, well, you should know because that text faces this way. And it's a cigar box. I got it at Keisha's auction. And I have art cards. I'm going to have to find them. I didn't put them in here because I was still figuring out what I was going to do. But this trim I got from Junk Journal Shop from Sophia. And I bought some more yesterday. Johnny was just having a pop-up sale that she did, just selling the rest of Sophia's what she could. And I think most of it sold. And she sold some more rusty pans. That's all I got yesterday. I didn't want to overspend. I could have. But yeah, and what we're going to do with this, I've got some, but they're not in here. Art cards for, and if you've seen Becky's, you know what Becky did is she took her box, she got her box at Goodwill, and she glued all sorts of textural items all over it, and then she jusseled it out, and then she embellished it. She did a beautiful job. I did not have the heart to cover up this beautiful cigar box. I couldn't do it. So I figured this trim is, and I was going to cover the top, but you know what? I can't do it. I think this is just enough for me. And it seems I put this on with glossy accent. It looks like it's going to stay pretty good. I'm not going to peel at it, but it looks like it's going to stay good. I couldn't find this box for the longest time. Mina says, the monsoon season here, we've had several emergency broadcasts urging people to stay at home. Oh, really? Arlene says, my youngest daughter, sister-in-law, and 3 grands moved back to Tennessee 3 weeks ago. They lived in southeast Kentucky. They got out just in time. Oh, my goodness, Arlene. Was their home destroyed or wherever they were going to stay? Brenda says, she's in Tennessee. They have a creek along the road that we live on. It flooded some here. We're about 200 feet from the creek, and driveway slopes up to the house, so we're safe except for the driveway, and we needed the rain. Well, that's good to hear, Brenda. I'm glad to hear that. Now, my folks, when they were still living in their last house, they lived right along the Little Blue River. And it wasn't, well, probably more like Brenda. It wasn't right on the Little Blue River. I don't know how many feet away. There was, I would say a city block away from the Little Blue River. But every time that they'd have a rainy season in Nebraska in those years, that whole field would flood. But the same way with them, their house was up on a hill. So their house was always safe. But all around was mushy ground. Brenda said the scariest thing for us in a storm was a tree that got hit about 30 feet from the house. The whole house shook. Oh, a lightning strike? Oh my goodness. I'll bet that was scary. Those lightning strikes can be really scary. Arlene says, the people downhill from me were flooded out last week. The only reason I was safe is because I'm partway up the mountain. Well, good. You stay up on that mountain, Arlene. Aw. Amber says, Brenda, we haven't reached flooding here yet in my area of Pennsylvania, but it's pretty close, as we haven't had much rain either, and we get just little bits here and there, and it hasn't been quite enough. Well, that's good and bad news. Brenda says, 5 days of rain. The yard is swampy. Arlene says, I was in a stream that I don't mod. I just enjoy it. But last night, they were all chat and panel, grumpy, picking at each other, and it was really stressful. I try to keep the grumpy pickiness out of my streams. I get on my soapbox, but I try not to call out people by name. I don't think that's very classy. In fact, I think it's very, very rude. And we all have our disagreements, but you know, agree to disagree. And if you can't reach that point, you know, I will, and I have recently, will not allow certain things in the comments, and not just troll stuff. Certain things in the comments, political stuff. Um, uh, I don't want to get into the most recent stuff, but I did. Well, I messaged at least one person uh, when I removed the post, because I just didn't want it out there. And, you know, this is my channel. This other person has their own channel. They're free to do whatever they want on their channel. I don't go on their channel and make all kind of rude remarks. So, you know, I try to keep it as clean as I can, but I will admit I get up on my soapbox. But it's my channel and it's my soapbox. Oh, dear me. Let's go on. Mina says, my groundhog and the jackrabbit that have burrows in my yard loved it when I planted lettuce. You planted them a salad, Mina. I think I'm going to try some container gardening next year. In fact, I was thinking that I would plant my beets. I bought some beet seed, and you can still plant beets in August. But I think I'm going, I planted beets this year, but the grass, I don't know what this garden must have been, a beautiful grass yard before we planted a garden out there, because the grass just, you couldn't tell the beets for the grass. Grass just crowded them out. So I think what I'm going to do this fall, we had a town-wide garage sale, and I bought a big round canner, and I'm going to pound holes, or get my brother to pound holes in that canner and fill it with dirt. And I've got topsoil that I actually still have some bags left from last spring. And I think I'm going to plant beets in that. I do think so. And I'm going to see if I just can't get some going before fall. And if I don't, you know, it was an experiment. But the things that go best out in our yard is things that can survive, like the tomatoes, if we buy them as plants. The zucchini usually survives. We had a little bad luck this year with our zucchini, but, you know, seasons come and go. The corn does okay. The beans, but some of, you know, I can't even get my zinnias to grow out there anymore. I don't know if and we even fertilized this year. I don't know what did it, but it just was not a good year for gardening. All right, let me go down to the bottom of chat. Amber says, yay, I want to do containers next year. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to do more. My cherry tomato plant that I put in the tub in the backyard, that did beautifully. In fact, I'm going to go out there later on this morning and see if I got any more out there. Arlene says, they bought land in Tennessee to be closer to me. They're still a couple hours away, but a lot closer. Mina, we have people, every time it floods, they lose their lives crossing flooded roads. The county puts out road closure signs and they ignore them. It's sad and senseless that yeah. Well, if you ignore the warnings, you take your life in your own hands. Mina says, sometimes I plant for the little beasties in the area. I can see Mina doing that. Mina loves nature. And Mina, I have a fox card to send you. You know, I was looking at it the other day. I need to get some nature stuff out for Mina because I have stuff I want to send her. I was thinking, Mina, let me find it here. It's over here. I'm going to make a tassel with one of these little owl beads. Because look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8 of these little owl beads. And I look at this every time and I think of Mina. And wouldn't this be cute at the top of a tassel? One of these little owl beads. Can you see? Well, I might not be holding it right. There he is. Hold it. Up, Meri. Up, up. There he is. I'm going to make an owl bead for Mina. But that's not a promise, Mina. I'm not going to do a caboodle this in August. So I'm going to keep working on my nature stuff. All right, there's that. What else am I working on over here? My Santa doll. Here's the state of my Santa doll. I've got the face to do. Now, he's a little bit bigger, although I could do a large journal, but I don't know if I want my journals this big. I could do a larger paper dolls. This is at least 12 inches. I think I'll do another Santa doll and do him smaller, maybe. This is fleece here. What I don't like about this doll, though, is this arm. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it off. Ah! You're going to cut Santa's arm off? Well, I'll put it back on, but I'm going to shorten it up. It just, his arm does not, it's out of whack. Ah! You cut Santa. See, that looks much better. That looks much better. And we can just glue it back on. That's why we have paste. That's why we have paste. Let me get some paste out. And I have a Happy Mail to open. I think this came from somebody, my Happy Mail, but I'm not sure. I don't remember ordering anything from this particular place. So we'll see when I open it. I'll do that after I get this done. And yeah, this has to be cleaned out. There's no way I'm going to get any glue out of that. Let's grab a end of a paintbrush here. Is that too? No, that'll fit in there. Let's glue Santa's. You know, I would get it all messy. And we'll just set this aside to dry. And then we'll open my Happy Mail. Shaky hand. And Santa is going to be holding, let me show you, let me put this back. That arm was just bugging me. He's going to be holding a walking stick. And I love this one because it curves toward his head. He's going to be holding a walking stick. And I think I'm going to make a bag for him. And he's going to be holding a doll. And all I've left to do on him is his face. But let's just set this aside. Let it dry. And let's open my Happy Mail. I have a hunch that somebody sent this to me. Because I don't remember ordering from thrift books. I usually order from Amazon or Johnny and Rosemary or Pearl. So let's see what I have here. Open this. Dee Dee Willingham comes on at 7:30 my time, 8:30 Eastern this morning. Let's see what this is. You guys, if this is what I think it is. Somebody was watching my stream. You guys, oh, who sent this to me? Is there even a gift card in here? There's no gift card. I was saying, let me reach down. In my stream, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Norma Branson sent me this. And I was showing it. In fact, this is what inspired my Santa Claus doll. And I think what I'm going to do, let me get back here to the dolls. See, here's the Santa Claus that inspired my Santa Claus doll. I think the next one I'm going to do is either going to be this little girl here, or there's another one in here. Uh-oh, where'd she go to? She must be this way. This one here. But I was saying how I can't cut out of this. I can't. Norma had pulled some things out, which was, you know, kind of inspires you to start cutting. I said, now, if I just had another one, I could cut out of it because, so somebody was listening and going, I know where I can get one for her. And look what they did. Look what they sent me. Who sent me this? Fess up. Who sent me this? Oh, look, there's a card here. Does this tell me? No. Is it open? No, look at it though. Look at those sweet silhouettes. Who sent me this? I want to know so I can thank you. Oops, Penelope's. Penelope says, I want to see. She's falling over. Isn't that nice? Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, Dee Dee isn't in here. Arlene dropped a link to Dee Dee's channel, and I thought she was saying hello to Dee Dee. My chat is on dark screen. I just saw Dee Dee Willingham. I thought Arlene was saying good morning to her. Well, anyway, good morning to Dee Dee. She comes on in about 40 minutes. And Arlene dropped a link to her channel. Thank you for doing that, Arlene. Maybe it was Norma again. Do you think that Norma sent me another one? I wish Norma, I've got to text her. Every now and then Norma and I will text, but it's been a while. And we miss our Norma, don't we? We miss our Norma. Norma Branson. Mary, you are so inspiring that we love to give to you. I didn't do it. Well, I know it wasn't Arlene. Somebody was either watching or... So this one will be kept for good. I'll use this one for inspiration. And guess what? We can fussy cut out of this one. Let's go to one of those torn pages. Now, you know what I think I'll do, though, rather than fussy cut? I think I'll use them as... I think I will disassemble the book. Yeah, I know. But I'll keep the fly pages. You know, I like to keep the fly, and I'll keep... Well, I might do something with the book cover. But these, what I do in my journals, when I can't decide what side to use, I use them as interest pages in my journals. And I don't, most of the time I don't touch it. But this has so much, I can't even cut the text out because it's so interesting. Now, something like this, I could probably cut up. something that's already been torn. Norma took the brave steps for me on a couple of these pages. Because I can, let's do that now. Ah, Meri, what are you going to do? You're going to cut that book up? If I can find my knife, I will. Oh, my poor junk journal. I mean, my poor, oh, look, here it is. My drawer is a junk drawer. So what I'm going to do, though, and hopefully, I don't know if these are stitched in. We'll know when Penelope, I'm going to have to move you off the desk. It's hard to tell until you actually get working on it if these have been stitched in, or if they're stitched in, they'll make really nice, well, they'll make nice pages, interest, I call them interest pages, just like on here, when I'm out working on my front porch, writing and, you know, playing in my front porch journals, and most of my journals now, I have pages, like these are collage pages, and I call them interest pages. And then I journal all around it. I just started this one. This is my new front porch journal. Oh, I need to put a closure on this. So I'll save these for interest pages because I still have a hard time cutting them up, but I can cut these out. I think these are stitched in there. But to the person who sent me this book, I want to thank you so much. You guys you're too good to me. All right, I'm going to see if I can't keep the fly pages in the book itself. Let's take the cover off. Bless your heart. Whoever sent this to me, look at this. It's got gold embossing on here. Look at, oh, is my camera going cuckoo? Look at this book. Look, it's got gold embossed symbol on that. Isn't that beautiful? This would be beautiful just like that. And I can keep those pages in here until I do another journal. And I'm going to start doing my monthly journals again. I've decided that I've been playing so much with other people that I've kind of gotten away from doing my own journals and my own art. So we're going to change that. And I want to see if I can't keep the fly pages in the book itself. These are stitched in, I can tell. Angie, don't look. Let's turn it this way. Hold the phone. Usually if I get it started, it comes out pretty good. Thank you so much. May the person who sent this to me, may their art cart be blessed. May their art cart be blessed with lots of yummy stash, Happy Meal and stash in. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. Am I getting this? Yeah, see, I'm not destroying this. I want to keep the fly pages in, and you have to be careful. And you're going to see me gutting more books, not the books from the secret closet. Those are my mother's, most of them. And I'm not ready to destroy those. But I have books upstairs that I've taken upstairs that I got it. And there's going to be another library sale coming up later this month at our local library. every time they have their old trustee days in our county, they have a library sale, and I'll be getting more books, and I'm going to gut them. All those books I took upstairs, I'm going to gut, because I got those to art journal with. Arlene says, cut, cut, cut. Amber says, well, gotta go, ladies. Bye, Amber. Have a great day, Amber. Arlene says, Amber, have a great, lovely day. Brenda says, if the second one was damaged or already cut, I would be able to cut it. I've collected books since I was 9, and it's so hard to dismantle books for me. Yeah, a book lover will have trouble with this. I'm a book lover, but when I go to, like, well, now look at this. Let me get it out here. Oh, I put it behind me. A couple of those books I saved out from my mother's books, they're already falling apart. And those, you know, and they're not collectibles. They're not collectible. They wouldn't bring any money. They're not valuable, the ones that I'm going to cut. And I only saved a couple of them. I'm knocking stuff off my desk here. I get too much stuff on my desk. Holly candle over here. I'm trying to be careful so I don't cut that fly page. And usually after I get the front out, the bottom comes out pretty nice. And I know it's stitched because I can feel the stitches in there. Oh, excuse me. I should probably snap this blade. I think it's getting pretty close to the bottom, though. Let me. Because this blade is still good if I would cut down in there, but I always cut it at the point. And let's make sure I have a good grip on it. And I always turn my face when I do this, because there. Now I got a nice sharp point, and I right away throw that in my litter bag so I don't step on it. Now I should have a sharper point here. And if I would happen to go through this, which I did, look, I've cut it. But that's okay. I can either tape it back in or, yeah, I'd cut it. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm not going to be as careful now. I want to get it done. Sometimes I can get these signatures out without cutting the fly page, but that's okay. I can tape it back in when I put the signatures in. And I might have to, because this is a pretty thin book, I might have to, when I do my journals, I have to have at least a 2.5 to 3 inch spine. A 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch spine does not work for me. Nope, doesn't do it at all. And you know, some of this, if I could find a good page to cut, which I can't, would be nice for art cards. About the only good place to cut is this one. or maybe that one, because everything, not even that one, because everything has beautiful photos on each side. So these are all going to be interest pages. I'm hoping I can get them out in double pieces. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. We'll see. But even if I can't, even if I can't, they'll still make good interest pages. And that means I really don't do much art on them. Yeah, this is going to have to... I'm trying to get the entire signature out here. There, like that, the block of signatures, and you always get some loose pages. All right, those are just front matter. Let's see if I can. The back one is usually easier for me because I've already done this, but we'll see. See these? Yeah, my camera's, I'm out of frame. Let's tip it down a little. There's a picture here. And if you look on the facing page, there's a picture right opposite. So they plan it out that way. Shame on them. Let's see if I can get this out. Now it's going to come out. I'm not going to be able to save the fly pages, but that's okay. Well, maybe. I'll just get my knife in the right spot. No, it's coming out. I'm not going to worry about it. This is the book that Norma sent me. There we go. And I guess it is glued in, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to save signature pages or not. Now, let's see what I can do here. It's 7:06. Dee Dee comes on at 7:30 Central. So I'm only going to be on a little bit longer. And this has a page torn out of it here. I'm trying to see if there are any signatures here. It looks like there are. Like this was a signature page, but does it open? Yeah, see? So if my journal is a nice square journal, sometimes you can get nice square mixed media pads, or you can even take a large mixed media and cut it square. Let's see if I can get some more signature pages. Well, that's a single page. This little cloth piece in bookbinding has a special name. I don't know what it is, but it's just the little cloth piece ribbing that they put up at the top. It has, in bookbinding, that has a name. See if I can find the Sometimes you can identify the signatures just by looking close. Did I get it? No, right there. Right where that one torn one is. And it's glued in there. I put my knife away. Yeah, I'm going to have to get my knife out. Which makes me think that part of this is stitched in and then glued. It's hard to tell. Watch that knife, Meri. Angie says I can't look. I think I'm tearing some of these. Don't cut your fingers. There. Now let's see if I can get some signature pages out of this. Oops, it's upside down. Oh yeah, nice ones. See, and they'll be easy to bind back in between art journal pages. They won't always match, only the center ones will match. In this case, see, this goes with that, but this is a nice center one. So, yeah. And of course this one isn't. And here's one I can actually use for a fussy cut. Too bad. Is that a center fold? I don't think so. Let's try to do another signature. So you try to identify where your signatures are. Sometimes you can find them pretty easy and sometimes it's harder. I think I found one there. But see, I've got that glue in there. I could probably use a heat gun and loosen up some of that glue. Get this off. But I'm going to cut it with my knife, I think. Oh, look at these. Wow. Always leave home with loving words, for they may be your last. Godley's Lady Book, 1879. FOMO, fear of missing out. Yes. Mina says, that's me when it comes to Meri. Later today, I'll watch it again. Okay, Mina. Have a great day, Mina. You know, I have that fear of missing out, too. Caboodles. It's been, have not ordered a couple caboodles from Rosemary. And one was the mugshot one. I did not order that. And the other one was the one this month, the Dark Shadows. And I go, I'm going to miss out. I'm going to miss out. Boo-hoo. But you know what? You can't do it all. And just like Mina, she has things she's, and you guys too. I don't want you all to leave, but I understand. We only get so many hours in our day to do so many things. And that's the way it was with me. I want to do everything. And if I don't do it, then I feel like, oh, I'm missing it. Yesterday, the ladies got together for quilting, and I so wanted to go, but I don't want to make everybody sick. So I stayed home. Fear of missing out. Want to go thrifting. Fear of missing out. I'm trying to do this carefully so that I can have interest pages for my art journals. I had something else I wanted to do today, but there's no way I'm going to get it and this done. I think what I need to do is hit this with my heat gun and get this. Let's see what happens. Heat gun alert! Get this binding off here as it's glued on. Fear of missing out. Echo, FOMO. FOMO, FOMO. Let's see if I can pull a little of this up. Get a hold of it. Oh, I can see the signatures better when I can get this peeled off. So that's what I need to be doing, is getting this tape off, binding off here. And I suppose my palette knife is wet. What did I do with it? Crunchy paper. Probably need to heat that up again. Yeah. I'm not getting in there. I can get it started. It usually get to the glue pretty easy, but you got to get it started without ruining the... And all we're doing here is loosening up the glue. There we go. So you get it started and bend it back and keep... Oh, my hands are getting sticky. Keep melting the glue. You don't want to burn the paper. Get your palette knife in there and just peel that glue binding off. I've done this with corrugated cardboard too. I found that if you say that's corrugated cardboard there, if you get your heat gun and get your palette knife under that top layer of the corrugated cardboard and get your palette knife there, it comes off so nice in one big piece for the corrugated cardboard, It's a lot easier than sitting there peeling and picking at it. And the only reason I'm going to all of this trouble is that I want individual folios that aren't torn apart out of this. And if I can get the signatures out, then the folios will come out real nice. And I might be getting into an issue here. Let's hit it with the heat gun again. Be gentle with it. You don't want to tear your paper. You just want to get that glue, the glue off. And if I hold this up, I think you can see where the signatures are in there. See where the signatures are? Hold it up closer. There, you see them. Whoops, got it out of focus. Sorry. You see them in there. And it'll be a lot easier to take apart once I get this glue, the glued binding. They do a good job of binding these books. It's a beautiful book, and thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the person who sent this to me. Of course, they didn't identify themselves. Brenda said, we had several big coffee table books, Reader's Digest and National Geographic. I'd pore over them. And there was one on World War II that made me sad, but I went through it many times. Yeah, the war ones are hard, aren't they? You know, and Journal Shot Johnny, in her last studio box, she sent ledgers. And mine was a 1940s, 1939, 1940. And I was thinking what I wanted to do was the decade of the 1940s. But of course, you know what we ran into was World War II. Of course, now I could dwell more on the fashion and, you know, the famous figures, toys at that time, art. I looked up to see what art was the big thing in the 1940s. You know what it is? It's abstract expressionism. And I'm going, I never understood abstract expressionism. I never really did like abstract expressionism. Of course, then you still had your illustration art and that. But the big art period in the 1940s was abstract expressionism. And that's probably my least favorite. I can take abstract art, I can take modern art to a point. To a point. It's not really my favorite styles. Modern contemporary art is not my favorite either. You know, I'm Victorian. I like illustration. I understand some types of abstract art. I kind of like some of the things that are going on today with the collage, different abstract art that's built off of collages. I like those type of things. But some of that abstract art, you know, and I think expressionism kind of gets into the emotion part, which, you know, it's just not my thing. Well, you guys, this is probably pretty boring for you. Brenda says, my FOMO is worse right now because 2 fingers on my right hand are triggering. I'm doing more watching than doing. So it's become what I do. You know what you do when you do more watching than doing, Brenda, is try to write down some of the things that inspire you that you're watching, so that when you get to the point where you can start doing, if you get to that point, you have a list of things or some written documentation of some things that you watch that you would really like to try. I've started doing that to a point. I will online, when I watch YouTube videos, if something really inspires me, I'll put it in a private list, a private playlist. Not just the watch later. The watch later list, I put all sorts of stuff in my watch later playlist. But sometimes, you know, I just put art that other people inspired by other people's art, stuff like that. And even if you save it in a playlist or on a Word document or something, if your trigger fingers will allow you to do that. Now I'm getting it again here, getting under it. I'm about a little over halfway through. We'll get it done. This will probably be all I get done this morning. What did I do? Well, I opened Happy Mail. I went through my journals this morning. That's about all I got done. I had some other things I wanted to do, but we'll save them for tomorrow morning. Rhonda says, Angie, I think it would. What did Angie say? Angie said something. I have a question. Would a yellow butterfly go with gold? I think yellow and gold would go good. You might, it depends on how you're using it. If it blends in too much, if your yellow butterfly blends in with gold, you might want to ink the edges or something to make it stand out, or push the gold into the background a little. Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing an art journal page or a collage work or using ephemera. Angie says, Meri, I want to get to be there for tomorrow because of my... Oh, you won't be able to get there tomorrow. That's okay, Angie. That's okay. I understand. You pop into a lot of my streams when you can. I don't expect everybody to watch every second of every stream. That's unrealistic. I don't even watch every second of every stream. And whoops, there it goes. I have a hard time getting to streams just because my life is so full. And sometimes I'm tired too. I did get to pop into Tanya's yesterday, and I popped into Rosemary's. I probably won't be popping into hers much in August. Although Shannon Green, this is Wednesday night, Shannon Green is going to be a guest on Rosemary's channel tonight. So if you're a Shannon Green fan, Shannon Green is doing the Dark Shadows caboodle with Rosemary and Popo. It should be a really fun stream. I would go, but you know, you guys, I have to tell you, I am really sensitive to dark stuff. It's just me. I don't like dark stuff. I've learned to stay away from dark. And that's me. I don't expect everybody to be like that. But I get nightmares. I have bad dreams. Now the Dark Shadows things, I don't know. That's just a soap opera. This may not be that bad, but I have learned that anything with a dark theme does not work well with my personal life. And, you know, I found the light spiritually, or it found me. And my attitude is I'm staying in the light. I've had enough dark, hard times in my life that if I can avoid darkness, I do. And I understand people's love of what they're doing, Halloween, and I don't begrudge people that. But for my personal life, I don't like it. I don't like the effect it has on me mentally. And so, and that even goes for things like Edgar Allan Poe. He's kind of dark. And World War II. World War II is more history, but boy, it's hard to look at some of those photographs. Vietnam War stuff, even the Civil War, that's history. You can't take away history, or you don't even want to change it. But you look at some of the things that those people are suffering and have suffered for our freedoms. And it just, it breaks my heart, but I just learned not to go there. I have to tell you, I had this dream. Now, this has nothing to, well, it has sort of a connection, but it's not really with the dark. I had a dream once when I was in college, and it really stuck with me for several years, and I still remember the dream. And I was young, and I was in a swimming suit playing with my friends, and in a stream. We were swimming in this stream, and the water turned into like big bubbles of rainbow color. Big bubbles of rainbow color, beautiful color. And we were splashing around, enjoying it and everything. And I had a teacher that I didn't get along with very well in the college, in the university. She didn't like me, and I had a hard time with her. And anyway, in my dream, because this was when I was in school yet, in college, she was yelling at me. She was a very black and white person. You're either right or wrong. There's no in between. And she was on the shore yelling at me to get out of that water. You get out of there. You get out of there now. And luckily, I was stubborn enough to yell back at her and say, no, I'm staying in the color. I'm staying in the stream. And I didn't get out of the water. She was all black and white to me, and there was no color in her world. And I wanted to stay where there was color and beauty and happiness. Happiness. And that's kind of how I feel about this dark stuff. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I want to stay in the light. And that's just me personally. That's why that's why I'm not buying a caboodle this month. But I don't begrudge anybody else enjoying it. I don't begrudge people doing that, because that's where they are. That's what they're, in fact, I compare it to Nebraska football. I'm not or any sports. I'm not a sports person. I hardly know a football from a basketball. Well, I do, but I don't know all the rules of the games. I don't know all the teams. I don't know a pro team from a college team, all of that stuff. And I do know who Aaron Rodgers is, though. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I compare the dark stuff, people enjoying the dark stuff. If they're enjoying it, then I'm happy for them. I enjoy watching people enjoy. And the same way with the Nebraska football or sporting events, even though it's not my thing, I'm happy for people who are having fun and enjoying it themselves. So, if you have a moment, you might want to go watch Shannon Green and Rosemary and Popo tonight over on Rosemary's channel, because I think Shannon Green is going to be the guest tonight and tomorrow night. Oh, Kitty Jen. She said, oh, and it's 7:33. I don't have time, Kitty. I'll show it first thing tomorrow morning. The hidden room. I promise you, Kitty. And if you don't get in, watch the replay tomorrow morning. I'll show the hidden room tomorrow morning. First thing. It's her closet's closet. Yeah, it's just a little room off the closet. I call it the hidden room because that had not been opened for years. You know, I know it hadn't been open since I've been here, and I've been here for 6 years, and I doubt that it'd been open since my brother's significant other passed away. I've got to quit because Dee Dee's on. But I'll show it first thing tomorrow morning, Jen. And if you aren't here at 4:30 in the morning, don't sweat it. Just open up my live stream and move the cursor way to the beginning, and I will. In fact, I'll make me a note right here on this. Show hidden room. Because I still have some books I can bring out. And I'll leave this right here on my table to remind me. I'm not going to take a thumbnail because I'm 4 minutes over here. Angie says, I love the things that are happy, and I'm like you, Meri, no dark side. Well, we've had enough of darkness, haven't we? I just don't want to invite it into my life. It comes whether I want it or not. Brenda says, I enjoyed watching the high school football when I knew the kids playing and my girls were in the marching band. And then Jacksonville State, Alabama football when we went to watch my oldest daughter march. Yeah, when you have a connection with it, Brenda. Yeah, but I don't have any connection with football or baseball or anything. Well, I used to with my nephew, but he doesn't. He kind of helps coach now. Well, anyway, I got to get off. Have a great day, everybody. And here's the thing. Go out there, look for and enjoy the beauty in this world. There's so much beauty. We miss it. You know, there's beauty in the little things. The way the sun shines off of a leaf. I was noticing how many different colors of green that there were in our yard yesterday. So go out, enjoy the beauty of the world. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Go say hi to Dee Dee Willingham if you have time. Huggins, blessings back to you, Mina. Bye.